Good morning, second graders. We are going to continue with our personal narrative writing today. Yesterday, we did lesson number 5, writing your closing, also called conclusion or ending. So today we're going to work on revising our writing, and we're going to learn what that means and how to do it. So before you can edit and revise, you need to have done your brainstorming, your planning, your introduction, your draft, and your closing. So at this point, you're done with your paper. You're done writing your story, your writing. And now we're going to revise, which means we're going to make changes. We're going to make changes to make sure that our story makes sense. We're going to make changes to our writing to make it sound even better. We're going to use adjectives, more describing words, adverbs, and the ways that we're going to revise our story, we're going to add words, remove words, and change words. And you're going to learn all about those 3 things in the video. So here we go.
Writing a personal narrative. Episode 6, Revising Your Story. A personal narrative is a true story about your life. You can write about something that has happened to you. When we revise, we make sure our writing makes sense. We also make changes to make our writing sound even better before we publish it. There are several different ways you can revise your writing. You can add words and sentences to add detail. You can remove words that are unnecessary or that don't make sense. And you can change words to make your story more interesting. When you add words, you can add adjectives, which describe the people, places, and things in your story. You can add adverbs, which describe the actions or verbs in your story. Or you can add more details about things that happened. Here's part of my personal narrative I wrote about getting a dog. It says, first, my mom came to my room to talk to me. She told me since I had gotten good grades at school, I could get a dog. I was so excited, I jumped up in the air. First, I'm going to add an adjective. I'm going to write the word sweet to describe my mom. Next, I'm going to add an adverb. I'm going to write super high to describe how I jumped. Last, I'm going to add some more details. I'm going to write, "You're the best," I screamed. Now the reader can imagine what happened in my story even better. Next, I'm going to remove some words. I can think, what doesn't make sense? And what isn't important to my story to help me decide what to take out? My next page says, then we got in the car to drive to the store in the car. I couldn't wait. When we pulled up, I saw that the store had a lot of dogs that needed to be adopted. The store was green. Did you hear anything that didn't make sense? Oh, yeah, I can take out in the car because I already said that once. Did you hear anything that wasn't important? I guess the store was green isn't really important. It doesn't have anything to do with me getting a dog. Last, I'm going to see if there are any words I can change. I can ask myself, what doesn't make sense? If I used a word that doesn't make sense, I can change it. I can also change any boring words I use to more interesting words. Here's my next page. It says, when we got to the store, I looked at all of the dogs. They were all so cute. All of a sudden, one come up and licked my foot. He was white and fluffy and so adorable. I decided he was the dog for me. Did you hear a word that didn't make sense? Oh, when I said one come up, I should have said one came up since it happened in the past. That sounds much better. How about a boring word that I could change? I think I'm going to change looked into gazed. Those words sort of mean the same thing, but gazed sounds way more interesting. That's it. Thanks for helping me revise my writing. Now my story sounds so much better after I added, removed, and changed some of the words. Check out episode 7 to see how I edit my story.